This is Primetime Sports, WGNS Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com. The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
And this portion of the show brought to you by State Farm agents Andy Womack, Dana Womack, Celeste Middleton, Ron Reeves, and Emerson Williams. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. John Dinkins back with you here on the Coach's Corner. My last interview of the day, and well, it's special. Scott Thomas is here, Oakland Patriots. And Coach, I'm going to ask you a question. First of all, you had to play Blackman last night.
Yes, sir.
And you had to play your former lady you used to work with, and so how is that? How's that feeling? I guess it's just like kind of old home week, isn't it?
It's always fun. You know, me and Coach, we talk, you know, every week, and you know, leading up to that game, you know, we talk, and you know, called her last night after the game and talked to her, and you know, I knew it was going to be a battle. You know, it is anytime you play her and her team. And you know, talking to her earlier in the week, you know, she felt like they didn't play as good as they should have against Riverdale. So from my experience with coaching with her, anytime her teams don't play well or as well as she thinks they should, then you know that the next game that they're coming out, they're going to be fired up.
Did you tell her she didn't have to do it against you though?
Yeah, I tried to tell her. I wish they would have had an off night, you know, against us last night. But
well, you've had a great couple of weeks here though. You had a win over Siegel and one over Riverdale, and I'm sorry, excuse me, over Rockville, 62-56 in a great game, and then one over Siegel, and then this the loss last night, but. 4-3, you're right where you need to be. I know you just want to get as far and get as many district wins as you can.
Yeah, you know, our one of our goals, you know, at the start of district play was to finish in one of those top 3 spots, and you know, I think our girls are really. I feel like we're getting a lot better. You know, last night one of the things that you know disappointed me a little bit, and I told them after the game is. You know, I thought at times during the game that Blackman just played harder than we did, you know, especially on the boards. And so that was a little disappointing. So definitely something that we got to work on. But I really believe the toughness of our schedule is starting to pay off here late.
You've got several girls that have been with us. I feel like Cox has been here with us for years and years. And what a wonderful girl. I mean, I've had an opportunity to talk to her. A very mature, good leader, isn't she?
She's awesome, yeah. I mean, we're definitely going to miss her next year. Just her – she's not the most vocal leadership-wise, but, I mean, she does everything you ask her to do, you know, always plays her hardest. And, you know, I've said it before, but I think she's one of the ones that's really come along and you know, is a big part of our success here lately.
Very articulate too, by the way. But and then you're playing some freshmen. You're playing young too. And Wisniewski had a great game. I think I hope that's how you say it.
Yeah.
Cadence had 5 threes in the game against Riverdale, I believe. And boy, I mean, when she's on, she is on. Now they did a good job of cutting her off last night. So.
Yeah, you know. Every team that we play from here on out is going to scout her, and you know everybody's aware that she can get hot at any time. So you know we're trying to, you know, preach to her and coach to her too that you know she's going to have to create more shots than just the 3, and you know so we've
and she is capable of doing that.
Oh
too.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know as coaches that's our job to put her in a position to you know. Not just rely on her 3 ball. You know, she's got to be able to create other ways too.
It's interesting to watch. Both you and Blackman are pretty young for the most part. You're playing freshman. Mullen had 17 last night, and she had a kind of a rough portion there where the three wasn't falling for
Right.
But she's also one that tries to create some shots. But I think you'd love to see her do that a little bit more of create her own shots as well.
Yeah, you know, she's kind of the same as Cadence. You know, she relies a lot too on the three ball, and you know, we've really been trying to get her to be, you know, more aggressive attacking the goal, and I think in spurts she does that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's just a part of her game that she's got to continue to develop, and you know, just I think her getting in the weight room in the off season is really going to help her just to get stronger with the ball, and you know, just get better at her ball handling and some little things like that.
I guess when I look at Oakland, I see a blend of youth, some experience, not a lot, but some, and Cadence is, and Laura is, but rest of them are kind of, and your bench is kind of young, but the schedule you played, I know, really helped those youngsters and the people that you've got coming off the bench too.
Oh, for sure, yeah. You know, College Joy is another senior that you can throw in there too.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot her.
Yeah, with
her mother will get mad at me for that.
She's been a little banged up, so she's been coming off the bench the past few games just with her shoulder. But she's another, you know, good leader on our team, and you know, feel like the girls really flow off of her energy, especially on defense. But yeah, you know, we bring Dariana Boney off the bench. She's a freshman. Callie Lowe comes in and runs the point some for her. She's a sophomore. You know, then you got McKenya Seibert, who's a junior that is playing really well also.
I failed to mention her, but and I think of Kyla when I see her run down the floor. Probably one of the fastest players that you'll ever see on the floor.
Oh, yeah, I mean, she's like a deer running up and down the court.
It's a beautiful thing to watch, and she's got a little track career going on too, doesn't she?
She does, yeah. She signed a scholarship to go to Tennessee Tech. So,
tell me a little bit about the Rockville game. You won that 62-56, and Rockville matches up with you pretty well. I mean, they're similar, and but boy, they can be really, really tough.
Yeah, they got a great team. You know, Jade and Amaya, and you know, they play 7, 8, 9 kids that all come in and contribute really well. And you know, leading up to that game, we had a really good practice the day before. You know, had the best walkthrough we've had all year long the day of the game, and you know, just going in, I felt like our girls were just, you know, I almost felt like we were going to win before we even played it. Just how we prepared and approached it, and you know, came out, played really well, shot the ball well, got up 20 in the third quarter, and you know, give credit to Rockville. They fought all the way back and cut it to 4 or 6, I think, late in the fourth quarter, and you know, luckily we hit some foul shots there late to kind of seal it.
When you're rolling like that and you've got a 20-point lead and everything seems to be falling in, do you ever question like what did I do differently, or why doesn't that happen all the time?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just it's part of the game.
Yeah.
You know, there's games where it's like you can't miss, and then you go through games kind of like I felt in the first half with us last night. It felt like we couldn't hardly make a shot. So I think that's just the game of basketball.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes you're
Do
on.
you sense it though? Like you said, you kind of felt like at the against Rockville. Do you as a coach, do you sense it when you kind of feel it like even in warm up?
I think you kind of start to feel it early in the game.
Yeah.
You know, when those shots are falling in the first quarter, it kind of gives you a little sense of relief, and you know, I'm sure it's the same with every kid, but you know, the early shots you take when you see those goes in, I think that gives them more confidence throughout the game too. Yeah.
Scott Thomas, our guest here on the Apprentice Awesome Heating Air Coach's Corner. You got 2 coming up now. It's almost like a repeat of the week before. Rockville at Rockville, that place is going to be hopping, I'm sure, to see you guys arrive.
Well, we got. We're done with Rockville.
Oh,
we
I'm
played
sorry.
them twice.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one.
Riverdale at
Riverdale
home Tuesday, yeah. And then we've got a makeup game Monday against Mount Juliet at Mount Juliet. And then we got Riverdale coming in Tuesday. And then we got our senior night Friday against Green Hill.
Riverdale is a team that's improved too. I mean,
that they're number 10. I can't think of her name, but she had a really good game against us last time, and she's a heck of an athlete and does a great job creating offense for them. And we expect them to come in ready to play.
Yeah.
I know we got one at their place last time, so any district game, you got to be ready to play, and hopefully we can find some stuff that is going to help us going into the tournament.
And the tournament is just around the corner, really. And and even your Coach Grandstaff has come through with some big upsets in those district tournaments. Teams where when she was at Oakland and said. And Jessica kind of followed that pattern. Mm-hmm. What is it about you guys in district tournaments? Y'all are just a tough out.
I don't know. I guess you got to give credit to the kids.
Yeah.
I think it's just a time where they, realize that, this is it. And, credit, really any team I've coached at Oakland has always, never backed down from a challenge and always been ready to play.
You all have a great student support and at games. I always see Coach Blizzard there, and but I also see John Marshall there a lot. I mean, he is a really big. He loves basketball too.
Oh yeah, I can't brag enough about the support. Our admin gives, and you mentioned Miss Blizzard and Miss Wilson's always at the games too, and they even travel with us, and Miss Wilson has done us a huge favor in driving us, on the bus to a lot of our away games. So, the support has been great.
Well, I'm good luck this week, and I know senior night is going to be tough to say bye to a few of them. I'm sure. We got 6 seniors, and we got 1 manager that's a senior, so we got 7 total. And I think it's going to be probably going to be an emotional night. Yeah. All right, well, good luck to you. District tournament coming up.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's Scott Thomas, head coach of the Lady Patriots of Oakland. This portion of the show is brought to you by Ideas Tees, who will be happy to help you fulfill all of your imprinted apparel, embroidery, and advertising specialty needs. Find out more at ideastees.com.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
The Blue Raiders fan source for officially licensed Middle Tennessee gear is Raider Tees, located at 910 Ridgely Road, behind Chewy's, just off Broad Street.
Time to get out in the cold in style with officially licensed Middle Tennessee stocking caps, coats, jackets, sweats, scarves, and more. If it's blue and white with the Middle Tennessee logo, you can bet the best selection in town is at Raider Tees.
Raider Tees by Ideas Tees, 910 Ridgely Road, off Broad between Chewy's and Chili's.
Pizza.
You in a